Oh, I'm already failing at what I'm doing. That's okay. I always expect to fail. Oh, there we go. Alright. Delay. And now reverb. Reverb. Distortion. Overpowering the mic there. Anyways, it did its job. Alright, so welcome to a guitar accessibility video. That's right. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but I thought I would do this just because, honestly, I love this little amp. This is the Blackstar Fly 3. It is a great little practice amp. You can't go wrong for, under $150 or about $150 for the whole setup, for the additional power cable, the additional cab, and that's pretty much it. You got singly. Anyways, it is only about $80 for the initial cabinet, but like I said, you can get all additional features. Like I said, the power supply, the additional cab for stereo mode, which is honestly what I sprung for. And like I said, I've had these amps for a little while now. Probably at least a couple years now, or at least about a couple years now. At least it feels that long. Man, it's crazy how long I've actually had these for. But anyways, the great thing about this amp is not just the fact that it has a ton of great features. Distortion, delay, reverb. All the things I think anybody, starting out would want to have. Is just the little accessibility features that are on here, which are the tactile features of the knobs. They have these nice little line indentations that move, and they're very accurate with, the turning of the knobs so that when it's at a quarter, when it's at 50, when it's at, 100. Whatever you position the knob at, you can feel very nice and easily. You don't have to dig your fingers in real, hard to feel the lines. And, honestly, having these little features, just these little things that, make all the difference with how you use your gear, at least, from a blindness perspective, because there's, a million and one, products out there that are just, really hard to use. You got to remember a million and one menus, and trying to nail that all down in your head all the time is not the easiest. It gets so frustrating, and you go, okay, this does what again, and when, and how many menus down, all this stuff kind of, after a while, you just kind of lose track of. Even, honestly, the best minds, you can lose track of, okay, these particular combinations gives me this. But honestly, I feel the simpler, the better. And like I said, with this amp, it's really straightforward. There's 4 knobs on the top, actually 5, including the little knob, which gives you, delay. And so from the left going all the way to the right, you have distortion, volume, and then also the tone knobs / effects knobs. And, depending on what you want, whether it's, reverb, delay, distortion, it's all readily accessible. And like I said, the layout's really easy to learn. There's also a distortion button, so whatever you want, you can just add distortion at the fly. It has an auxiliary input, so if you want to hook up your phone physically and have, say a backing track, whatever, looping, just whatever you want. So you can add in, and of course it has a headphone jack. So, if you don't want to bother friends while you're practicing, that's an option too. And honestly, the headphone, it just sounds so good through the headphones too. I mean, like I said, this is just one of the best little practice amps I've had. And I've had a number of practice amps over the years, like, you know, the little Marshall amps, the Fenders, a couple little no-name ones that I can't remember what they were. But yeah, I've had a bunch of little amps, and honestly, this has been the one that has stuck around that I actually just didn't get rid of or, you know, pawn off on somebody else. Like, here you go, you can have this. But yeah, I love these little amps. They are great, you know, to have on your desk, and perfect for a little studio setup. They were pretty much my go-to setup during, you know, quarantine and lockdown. And it was, you know, when you're in a house of, like, you know, a bunch of people, it's good to have like a little, you know, setup for practicing guitar. And honestly, for any little office area, they're really great too. So that's another thing, you know, I feel like finding things that fit into your life is like one of the most important things you can do, you know, especially when you have a big passion for music. You want to find things that you enjoy and that are easy to use and that you enjoy using. So, and honestly, the Blackstar Fly 3 is just one of those things, one of those amps, you know, that I've really enjoyed using over the years. So, and here, I'll just play a little bit. Whoa, that was louder than what I planned it to. Let's see if I can get that down to where it's not distorting. Alright, and let's hear some delay again. Alright, I won't annoy you too much with the crazy distortion. That's another thing. The distortion in this amp is so good. Honestly, you know, for like rock, you know, heavy hard rock and even into metal riffs, you can definitely find something to enjoy about this amp. So yeah, if you're looking for, you know, a somewhat not too expensive amp rig setup, this is a really great one for, like, you know, an office, or like I said, a small little, you know, bedroom setup. You know, like I said, it's, you know, with the whole accessories, you know, like I said, it starts off at $80 with the initial little amp, because it also is a battery powered amp. So, you know, you don't need the power source right out the gate. But honestly, I wanted to be able to plug in and you know, not have to worry about always having batteries. So that's, you know, always an additional thing. And you know, they really want to kind of sell you on this whole package thing. It's you know, like I said, you have the additional power supply and the additional little cab that connects on the back, which basically it's the same size, you know, 3-inch speaker in a, you know, in a cabinet. So but honestly, having a stereo setup for guitar is just so great. You know, especially, you know, playing with stuff with delay and distortion. It's just so good. All right, so like I said, it's the Blackstar Fly 3 mini amp, and this is the non-Bluetooth version. There is a Bluetooth version that allows you to sync your phone to, and, you know, allows you to stream, you know, backing tracks or music, whatever. So there is a different version than this version I have right here on my desk. So, you know, check out Sweetwater, Amazon, Google it. You know, just type it into Google, Blackstar Fly 3 mini amp. And you can find it from a number of retailers and suppliers, you know. So Sweetwater is not the only place to get this from, but it's where I got it from. They're a really great, you know, company, Sweetwater. I really like them. Definitely been ordering from them for a lot of years. All right. right, and that's it for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed this guitar accessibility video, and come back for more videos. Like, subscribe, do all that wonderful YouTube stuff. I definitely could use more subscribers. Yes. So, thanks for watching. Come back again.